Hey guys, Crystal here, picking up right where we left off. We are about to hit storm number 4, and we're going to zoom back into the city. And here we go. So, the next thing I want to read to you guys is the lamp, if I can find it. Actually, we got a couple more relics this time. Let's pause the game. The first flying hunter. If you guys don't want to listen to these relic recollections, go ahead and skip forward a little bit. I don't mind. The first flying hunter. The peculiarities, God, I just can't talk, of hunting in the Frostlands. The first thing we learned was that the barrels of rifles carried the usual way became jammed with fine windborne powder. The second, that when carried muzzle down, rifles got stuck in the snow whenever we stumble or sink to the knees. Therefore, an old sock put on the business end of the barrel was the preferred solution. Although when the picture above was being taken, I had removed the sock to preserve my image as fearless explorer. We soon discovered that hunting in the Frostlands is an activity very unlike our favorite pastime back in England. Although the game is not skittish, it is so scarce that to bag anything at all, one has to search for hours upon hours, wading in knee-deep snow. This drove us to attempt the first and the last so far airborne assisted hunt in the Frostlands. I volunteered, being the adventurous sort, rumored about the existence of a bet are entirely fanciful. We fashioned a string of sturdy kites, and I soon found myself dangling from it like a hare in eagle's talons. Staring at the faces of my friends looking up at me, their poorly concealed concern rapidly rising in direct proportion to my altitude. Whipped around by the icy wind, I tried to look for prey, while at the same time not looking down, a feat which I found quite impossible. Upon my happy return to terra firma, I let my friends know in no uncertain terms that while the idea has promise, we are going to need a more stable platform for it to work, and also another volunteer. Until both can be secured, we'll have to rely on more lowly traps and less on our rifles. So this guy had the shit scared out of him, and he basically backed out of it. So, yeah, cute dude. I'm gonna call you Steve. First folio. Thus sometimes hath the brightest day a cloud, and after summer evermore succeeds, barren winter with his wrathful nipping cold, so cares and joys abound as seasons fleet. Remember not all is lost, the spring will come. Have hope and endure, with this I leave you, and wish you courage, Henry Weatherby Bookworm. If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride, and hug it in mine arms. Okay. Well, it's an attempt. The lamp. Life-saving equipment. ... Of biggest concern is the ability to manufacture the device described in this patent in large numbers, while meeting a very strict deadline, and most importantly, to continue manufacturing on site, where proper workshop tools and supplies might not be readily available. The device affords the user a source of light and heat, and a means to sound a distress signal. As such, it is considered vital for survival, and its malfunction in typical operating conditions is essentially a death sentence. Therefore, it is necessary to provide maintenance training for every engineer assigned to the expedition and to equip every dreadnought with a set of blueprints and operation manuals. Now, you'll notice that this light is actually something that people wear. Every single person in the Frostlands has a light around their neck, and if we go into Ansel mode, I can actually show this to you. So let's go ahead and zoom in. If you take a look at the people, they all have a light glowing on their chest, and that is the lights that are discussed. So let's go ahead and find one that's very apparent. Yep, you can see them on him, you can see them on him. They're sometimes a little bit hidden, but you can see them on most of them. There's like glowing spots. Those are the lights that they're talking about, so... yeah, that's a good enough showcase. That's good. So anyway, those are the relics. Let's continue into the storm. Hopefully we get some more amputees today. That's kind of the goal of this storm. So we're going to make sure that everybody's working in freezing conditions. I'm going to go ahead and turn off all of the heaters over here for the sawmills, just so that we can make sure everybody is cold as shit. difficult as hell. Sorry, YouTube. And I think that'll do it. So let's go ahead and fast forward a teensy-weensy little bit. Yeah, everybody has to come over here to eat, so we may want another cookhouse over somewhere a little easier to get to. So let's go ahead and make a cookhouse nowhere else because I'm a jerk. Alright, fast forward. There we go. That's a good view of the city. Alright guys, time to fast forward through the storm. Alright, back to normal means the hazard is no longer a hazard. We have our heat zone range back, so we can actually lower this down. Oh my gosh, look at that. Our coal is no longer capped at 99999 on the graphical user interface up at the very top of the screen. It's actually displaying higher counts. They must have done a surprise update and allowed that user interface to display that. That's wonderful. Thank you, 11-bit. That's very surprising. So, yeah. Alright, we got 156 freezing people. Hopefully we get some frostbite here. Ah, screw it. Let's go up to range 4. Let's keep our houses warm. I don't want people actually dying, so... We do have quite a few sick people, but, you know, it's okay. We're actually gonna make sure that we have enough engineers in here to, you know, heal people. Alright, we got enough room for 80 sick people now. And back to freezing people. Alright, here comes the nasty drop. So yeah, now everything's really flipping cold. We're gonna flip on the overdrive just so people aren't gonna be dying during the storm, because if you have them living and working and freezing, some people can actually die, and it's no good for anybody. So, but they're still gonna be a little bit mad. But we do need to make sure that we do that. So, alright guys, it is time. No, it's not quite time. I was gonna say get rid of our charcoal kilns, but not quite yet. Long hours of toil? I won't address this right now. I won't address this ever. Alright, discontent is, hold up. Our discontent's getting up pretty far. Tomorrow morning's gonna fix that problem, but it is climbing pretty darn fast.
Your labor is done.
Let's go ahead and get rid of that steam sawmill. How much wood do we have left here? 500? 200? We're almost to the point where we can get rid of our stuff, so... Oh yeah, our discontent's going up pretty darn quick, so let's just keep fast forwarding. Where did we go astray? God, show us the light. And that's the... Can you smell the foul stench of heresy? People are noticing there's a little bit more discontent than usual, so... So yeah, let's take a look here what's going on. We've made it through the next storm. I think we're doing good here. So, what's our next goal for this series? I mean, I have a question for you guys. Do you want me to showcase everything that I'm doing and keep playing, or do you want me to just skip forward to the interesting bits, because this is going to take about 6 or 7 more episodes if we show everything, and it'll take only 2 or 3 episodes to complete all the goals if we just skip forward to the interesting bits. I'm going to leave that up to you guys, and I'll wait for a few comments before I make the next video, so let's go ahead and fast forward just a little. Now let's go at normal speed. We've got 60 people. We can now turn our overdrive off. We are ready for the next bit of stuff. Alright, the temperature has significantly increased. We can go ahead and turn on some heat here. Get our children back in the hothouses. And I think we're good for now. I think we're going to call it good on the video for now, and I'm going to wait for you guys to respond on how you want me to continue this series. I can show you everything. It's not a problem. Or we can skip forward to interesting bits. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I'll wait for 3 or 4 people to respond, and whatever you guys want, you guys who are commenting the most, you get to decide how we're going to progress this series. Do it all, or skip to the interesting bits. I look forward to your responses, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.